Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode of our in-depth analysis series. As we navigate through a rapidly changing global landscape, one story stands out above the rest for its sheer impact and potential to reshape the world as we know it. We are on the 12th day of an intense military confrontation involving the United States and Israel against Iran, a conflict with far-reaching consequences that are resonating through economies, energy markets, and diplomatic channels worldwide. To fully grasp the magnitude of what's unfolding, we must step back and examine the underlying tensions that have brought us to this critical juncture. The roots of this conflict lie deeply embedded in long-standing geopolitical frictions, primarily revolving around Iran's nuclear ambitions and its network of proxy engagements across the Middle East. For years, the international community has watched with a wary eye as Iran pursued its nuclear program, raising alarms over the potential for nuclear proliferation in a region already fraught with volatility. This current escalation, however, took a decisive turn with the US and Israeli operation known as Epic Fury. The objective? To significantly degrade Iran's military infrastructure, focusing particularly on its enriched uranium stockpiles. The stakes of these military operations are enormous, not only for the immediate region, but also for the global balance of power and the stability of international energy supplies. As airstrikes intensify and retaliatory actions follow suit, we enter a phase where the scale and scope of the conflict begin to ripple across the globe. Let's consider the immediate human toll. Reports from Iran indicate that over 1,300 civilians have lost their lives, with tragic incidents such as a missile strike on a school in Minab, emphasizing the grave cost of war. On the other side, the US military has sustained casualties as well, reminding us that the human element of these strategic operations is all too real and heartbreaking. Strategically, the conflict centers on the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial maritime choke point through which a significant portion of the world's oil supply transits. Iran's decision to mine these waters has already led to significant disruptions, with tankers avoiding the area, driving oil prices to precarious heights. The implications of these actions cannot be overstated. With oil prices climbing toward $200 per barrel, we are witnessing a volatile energy market that threatens to tip the global economy toward recession. The International Energy Agency's release of emergency reserves is a stopgap measure, but it underscores the precarious balance the world is teetering on. The economic repercussions extend beyond just oil. As energy prices surge, so too do the costs of critical agricultural inputs like fertilizers, namely urea and ammonia. The downstream effect is a potential food supply disruption on a scale reminiscent of past inflation crises. Domestic concerns in the United States are mounting as rising gas prices draw public and political ire, while across the Atlantic, European nations brace for energy shortages, with some countries better prepared than others. On the diplomatic front, the situation is equally complex. Within the region, the conflict has exacerbated existing tensions, spilling over into neighboring countries like Lebanon, where Israeli operations against Hezbollah further complicate the geopolitical mosaic. Meanwhile, Iran's strategic alliances are tested, as its actions provoke widespread condemnation, but also reveal the intricate web of regional power dynamics. Globally, the United Nations is convening emergency sessions to address the burgeoning humanitarian crisis, as millions face displacement and an uncertain future. The specter of regime change rhetoric from Israeli leadership adds yet another layer of uncertainty to an already volatile situation, raising questions about the potential for long-term geopolitical shifts. In this climate, each player's next move is fraught with risk. The US must balance its military objectives with the potential for broader entanglement, possibly drawing in additional states or escalating into more dangerous territory, considering Iran's nuclear capabilities. Domestically, the threat of Iranian drone attacks looms, as does the challenge of maintaining national security, without stoking further fear and panic among the populace. As we draw our analysis to a close, it is clear that this conflict is not just a regional issue, but a global one, with implications that could redefine energy security, economic stability, and geopolitical alignments for years to come. The world watches as leaders navigate a precarious path, seeking de-escalation without compromising strategic interests. The narrative here is not one of triumph, but of caution, a sobering reminder of the interconnectedness of our modern world, where the threads of war weave a tapestry that touches every corner of the globe. This conflict, with its immediate and potential long-term impacts, commands our attention and careful scrutiny. As developments continue to unfold, we will remain dedicated to providing clear, insightful analysis to help you understand the complexities at play. Thank you for joining us today, and we will keep you informed with the latest updates and expert perspectives as the situation progresses. Stay tuned for more.